Hey everybody. Oh my gosh. Mary Donna reminded me to get my microphone. Carla's reminded me. At this point, I don't know where the microphone went. It's like gone, and every time I think about it, it's like when I'm not around my computer. Let me turn this down. It's too loud. I can't help it. I like his music. I can't help it. Sorry, not sorry. It's not too late to say sorry. Hi, Janine. Oh my gosh. So, new collection from Jesse James Beads. I'm going to show you the whole thing today. I am. Do I look haggard? It's because I've been working with children for 3 days. It's so funny because they like pump me up and wear me down at the same time. How does that work? You know what I mean? I like to think of myself as a high energy person, but these kids, I'm here to tell you, they're not messing around. And it got really dreary this afternoon. That's okay. Hi, Deb. How are you guys today? Oh my gosh. Hi, Danielle. Danielle says she works best with music. Yeah, I like, one time I read somewhere that what happens when you listen to music is it sort of takes that part of your brain that might be extra worry-wardish or questioning yourself or whatever, and it kind of lets that side of your brain focus, so then you're more free to create. Like, I don't know how true that is, but like, whatever. Thanks, Carla. Yeah, I turned the heat down because I got cheap. So today I need my fur vest on. I have that necklace on we made last week. Which, by the way, I'm going to have to do all of my Christmas winners. So if you haven't watched the very last video I did, and it was like a Christmas, like just some little gold drop earrings, you still have time to enter for my mega giveaway. I just forgot already this week's winter break for the kids, so I'd be teaching at the gym at the Honeywell Center. So you still have time to enter. I'm going to announce them after the new year. I'm just going to let it run, watch it. Tell me what you want to learn, and then we're going to go from there. I'll be on again tomorrow, though, at 2:30. I'm going to do a video tomorrow, and I can't decide what it's going to be on, whether it'll be beaded beads or just something just fun and quick, but I'll be on tomorrow, 2:30, because today was my last day with the kids, so I'm back to my regularly scheduled programming, or however you say that. Hi, Cindy Hurst. Hi, Robin Shillstacked. I really did. I forgot my mic again. It happens. Anyway, are you ready to see that Chinese takeout from Jesse James Beads? I thought you might be. I put it all in a tray so that you could get the full deal. Honestly, like I've already started cracking open into some of them, but this is the bundle. Right now the bundle's on sale. Sarah told me to give her a second, so we'll call her in a minute and we'll get the real scoop. But I'll tell you a little story about how this collection came to be. This past September, I went overseas with the James girls to just kind of take a look at, you know, what's going on. And while we were over there, I said, "Hey, Sarah," I said, you ought to put together a little Chinese collection and like, you know, like bring it back in our suitcase, and we'll offer it right out of the gate." Well, like all Sarah and I's ideas, like we found way too much stuff. We were up in Karen's hotel room, too much stuff all over the floor. There was no way we were going to be able to get this like box of stuff home. Or so the suitcase home. Like it was like just stuff all over the hotel floor. So we were like, okay, we'll end up shipping all of this stuff home. And we just ended up spending a little bit more time on it than we originally intended. But it's just like, this is why the collaborations are so great. But one of the things that we came up with is chopsticks. You guys, I hauled my butt across the mall to pick these up. I forget what Sarah was doing. But anyway, so I carried these around for a day. But you get, when you order a bundle, it comes just like this. Your chopsticks, all cute, you know. And I think right now the bundles are 10% off. So I'll just show you kind of the basic concept of them. There's 3 different ones. This is the Lucky Cat one. if you go to China, everybody has like a little lucky cat in their window. There's the lucky cat bead right there. And he's a sign of prosperity. I actually have a couple around my studio, and he's got his paw up, but he's a symbol for prosperity. And this is like a luxurious little color palette because it's got some burgundies and some ivories and some golds. And it's just a really unique blend of coloring. So, oh, thanks, Holly. Yeah, good packaging. Thank you. And so here's your mini mix. Like, just cute. Look at that little butterfly charm in there. Like, make earrings all day with this. Some little baby-sized bohos. And then you get your 2 strands in that mix. And it's just a really beautiful, it screams just luxury. I love it. So anyway, that's your bundle. And then I think you get a fortune cookie in there too. I got a fortune cookie. I didn't eat it yet. This one I already emptied. This is the Chinese dragon. And you see this like just gorgeous Buddha bead right there. And then it's got that chrysanthemum bead. A lot of sparkle, a lot of texture. Just like what you love in your Jesse James beads. And here's one of the strands. Love it. Yeah, so when we originally planned it, it was like everything was just going to come. There was going to be one set of beads and it was going to come in this cute little pouch. But then the more parts and pieces started being pulled together, we were like, this is too big. So, by the way, does anybody use chopsticks? I always use chopsticks. I'm like that person. So, I don't know how to hold them, but I always thought it was funny. I used to live in China. I lived there for 3 years. And I used to think it was so funny because I would eat with chopsticks and my Chinese friends would be like, oh, you're so good with chopsticks. And then the next thing I knew, the waitress or waiter would bring me a fork. Like, so good with chopsticks. And then the next thing, it never failed. There was always a fork delivered like within about 1-2 minutes. So like, I think they were like trying to give me a call. Like, oh, it's like, poor thing. Get her a fork. We're going to be here all night. I do okay. I try real hard. Anyway, so this is another part of the, which box is this? The Chinese dragon. These, you guys, these beads right here are gorgeous. They are gorgeous. They have little pieces of stone stuck in them. And look at these big pave beads. I love them. I love it. So I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do. I'm just going to show you the last collection real fast. Oh, this one got a fortune cookie in this one too. I've missed you guys. Where you been all my life? This one is called Kung Pao. Because originally we were going to call it Chinese Takeout because it was just going to be one little collection. And then we decided to change it to Shanghai Nights. Look at this one with the baby suede tassels. And like all these little beads we picked up while we were there. These have bamboos painted on them. Like bamboo plants. Really just sweet little mixes. And I think like I talk a lot about inspiration and where we draw inspiration from. And I think the thing of it is sometimes you can reach out to another culture and it can be really, really inspiring. You know, like you take it for what it is its own beautiful thing. It's this culture. I really love China. Like I said, I lived there for 3 years. And I really love just like the whole culture. You got a little Buddha bead right there. And, oh good. Linda, these are all from Jesse James Beads. Sarah's going to pop on here in a minute. JesseJamesBeads.com. But the thing of it is, it doesn't matter what you believe in, but it is different cultures that make the world go round, you know? And so I just think like this just collection that was so inspired by lacquerware, chopsticks, you know, cute little takeout boxes, plants, you know, the animals, everything comes together and we're just inspired by this culture. So I talk about it all the time with kids. It's kind of fun. Get you out of your, they can really get you out of your design rut, actually, like looking at jewelry from other cultures or things like that. I do it all the time. If you come to my library ever, you'll have you'll see that there's a lot of books from other cultures. So stretch your brain out. Read my fortune cookie. Good luck is a hop, skip, and a jump. Oh, wait, sorry. Good luck is a hop, skip, and jump away. Hop to it, it says. Oh, well, that's nice. Sarah's on. When I was in high school, I feel like somebody told us we had to end each fortune with in bed. So it would be like, good luck is a hop, skip, and jump away. Hop to it, in bed. And it was always good for a laugh. I don't know what that means. But anyway, you guys know I'm random and weird. So here we are. Okay, let's make something. I'm glad I don't have my microphone on today. Oh, I know what else I want to show you. Look at these. How about those apples? These are new. I got a full strand because I got connections. By the way, this video is sponsored by JessieJamesBeads.com. You get a half strand. So if you want to make a big collar necklace like I'm gonna, you need, it's gonna be good, right? You need to get yourself 2 of these bad boys. I know a lot of you like those stick pieces, and these are made out of acrylic, but they're matte. They're not shiny. They're really, really gorgeous cinnabar colors. I'll show you what they look like on Aunt Jane, just for fun. Oh. Okay, so there we go. Let's put this down here and get a couple pins. I need pins. Story of my life. So you could literally string these just like this and just put a gorgeous clasp on them. How about that? Oh, hey, get back here. I don't know, I didn't really plan on pinning these up, so it might not behave. That's why you want to get yourself a good mannequin, you know? There we go. That's good. You get the idea. How about that? Beautiful, right? So this is 2. So when you go to get these, don't order just one set and then only be so disappointed. Hi, Faith. Hi, Muffet. You like these? Yeah, you like those. Beautiful, right? With the zigzaggy, you know? Of course, everything looks good on Aunt Jane. Sue Woods, you can get them at Amazon. You can get your own Aunt Jane at Amazon. Okay, so now I gotta get this fur vest off because it's just it's too much. Okay, so now I also got this cute little red pouch of goodies. And I think you can get the pouch at Jessie James Beads too, can't you, Sarah? Right? Let's take a peek. I already emptied out some of it, but these were some fun little pieces and parts that we found. This like little see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. I'm gonna use this guy and I'm gonna put a tassel like on the bottom of it. It's like the perfect size focal bead for a fun tassel. You could also antique them with some stain. Here's one with the Ganesh type looking, it's not a Ganesh though, but a giant elephant. See the elephant in it? Beautiful. Love it. This one, had to have it because it makes me think of Sarah and I's favorite restaurant that we go to when we're in Philadelphia called Budokan. So delicious. The cool little Buddha focal. And they're all drilled. This one's a top drilled. And then this one's a double drilled flower. Like a rose. See the double drilled. So you can do some neat links with a bunch of beaded strands coming off of it. I think I have 2 of those actually. Big acrylic hoops. These you can use as pendants or earrings would be really nice. This would be really nice as earrings. Speaking of earrings, Sarah, love the new cage beads. Let's open them up. New cages with red beads in them. I love them. I'm going to make some earrings right now while I try to figure out what I'm really going to make. And, well, I'm thinking about, have you seen the new rose encrusted beads? Everything's coming up roses. looks like it does. These are those rose gold, Sarah? Or are they gold? I can't see the package. But anyway, new cage beads. But I wanted to make some cute little earrings really fast. I thought I put some, I did, okay. But these are cage beads, and the thing that makes them cool about them is the crystals are in them, and you can just see how like sparkly these are gonna be. Great, great, great for just earrings because of the transparency. So what I was thinking is, what if I just put a couple of these? No, these are gold. Okay. So what I want to do is just link a couple of them with some jump rings and see if I can make some fast earrings. What did I do with my ear wires? Here's one. Oh my gosh, can someone come help me? Look, these are new. I know a lot of you like elephants. New elephant beads. These are cinnabar, and if you want them to look really, really, really nice, you can antique them with some gold paint and get it down in the cracks and crevices. Just buff over it with some gold, and it'll really intensify all of that detail. Or you can leave them just like that. All right, so earrings. Where's my, oh my gosh. I just had them. Yeah, they're right in front of my face. I'm a little rusty, but these cage beads are perfect just for whipping up simple earrings. So I've got some little twisted jump rings. You can use ring, twisted, whatever you have on hand. These are probably about 8 millimeter. Just open them up. You guys know I love fast projects from time to time. A lot of times. And then you can hang them on any point that you want to. The twist is kind of fun because it adds a little contrast in between your cages. Link your other cage. And then close the link. This is a great project for beginners. Like so. Sarah, did you make some earrings like this a long time ago? Do you have a picture of them? If so. And then now I'm just going to open up my ear wire and connect it to the top of the cage. And just make a little graduated cage stack. They're good with that red. Like red's a hard, this is a nice red. Red's hard to find sometimes. Yeah, Sarah loves the new cage beads too. Yeah, see, look at those. Pretty, right? Just really simple, but just right for like, and then you could also put some chain below them. That look nice. I don't have my scraps of chain, but like a couple pieces of scraps of chain below them would also look really good. So just a little idea. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this second one so it's done. That's like one of my things. Like I'm just tired of half-finished. No more half-finished projects in 2017. Easy. Make sure you always open your jump ring from side to side. And then on your ear wire, the beaded ear wires, balled up ear wires, whatever they are on Jessie James will work great for this. Because they have a larger loop opening. Here we go. Here we go. Let's put them in about it. All done already. I'll try to take a picture of them before I leave today. Yeah, cute. Just fun little funky cage bead earrings that take 30 seconds to make. Geometrics, you guys, are going to be so huge this year. These would be great. Geometric. Okay, so now, oh my gosh, decisions. But Sarah sent me some beautiful cage, some chain. Sarah, are you good if I call you right now? Because I was thinking it might be good for me to call you and while I make something. Because I think I don't know. Oh, did you guys notice I put the storyboards for each of the collections up on my wall? That's also a good thing. Like if you're in a rut, like print out some cool pictures, tear out some pictures from magazines that inspire you, and just like make something. Like it kind of helps get your creative juices flowing when you look at other things. Oh, Sarah said I can call her. Okay. That means I gotta turn off the beat. Hold on. Or Sarah, you can call. No, don't call me actually. I'll call you. Don't call me. I'll call you. Sometimes it cancels my broadcast. Let's call Sarah. Yeah, Cynthia, it's really helpful. Okay, let's do it, Sarah James.
Hi, Candy.
Hi, Sarah. How's your day going?
Oh, it's going great.
How much are people loving this new collection?
So much excited for this collection.
Looks really good.
It has been such a dream to put together. Yeah, I love how you have the pictures posted up.
Tried really hard, Sarah.
So, it's looking really great, Candy.
Thank you.
My
So
internet is really slow right now. I can't see anyone's live comments. That's crazy.
I know. I think mine. Oh wait, no, it didn't. Oh, Anita Harass says her daughter does storyboards for her costumes. Sarah, when you pull pictures together for storyboards, don't you think it helps kind of flesh out the vision of a line?
Oh, yeah, completely. Because I think we start with some colors that we want to use, and maybe just like a thought. Like the Chinese dragon color combination started with the name Chinese dragon.
Yeah.
And then in searching, we search images on Pinterest and in Google, and the beautiful teal colors were just coming up, teal and red, black and gold. It was so inspiring. So just pull some pictures together that were that I had liked, and put them all together in a collage or a storyboard, if you will.
I really like
And
these new white
that's
charms
the
too.
start of it.
Yeah, it's just, it looks really, really good. So
Thank you.
I love even that these are new pendants too. I'm just going to show them right to the camera right now. Try to, but these roses,
The metal ones.
the metal rose beads look really good with the new rose pendants. Like the reds match. The reds match. So
That's a great idea.
yeah, that looks really good. I don't
Love
know.
it.
It's really hard for me to decide, but the Chinese dragon beads, holy smokes, like gorgeous.
Yeah, that stone strand.
Yep, looks good.
That's dragon green agate. These
Yeah.
are worked into there, and also some green jasper on the end.
Yeah.
And then those boho beads are Tibetan style inlaid boho beads.
Oh wait,
with stone and.
these are real stone. These aren't acrylic or glass. These are stone. I get it.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
stone in there.
Yeah, nice.
That is lit. And those rondelles with the enameling, or I don't know that there's enamel on them, but with the rhinestones embedded.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see them.
Oh, yep, nice. So for my piece, like, I know, like, you sent all these lovely, like, cinnabar pendants, but I'm so madly in love with this green guy. Do you guys have any more of these? Do you know?
I think so. But if we do, supplies are definitely getting low. We only had a short amount of those.
Okay, so
From the Into the Woods collection.
did you hear me
If I
whine?
can find it real quick, if my internet will allow me, I'll post a link.
But Sarah, doesn't this combination look amazing? It looks really good.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna
Great.
make this piece. I can't decide if I want to do like this with the roses, or if I should do like a really like Chinese inspired piece. It's hard to know. It's hard to know. Because I like this look too, with some of the green. Looks nice, you know? Yeah. All right. So, what else is new? Is there any? Did you say like Christmas stuff's on sale or something?
Oh, yeah, we're clearing it out. We're clearing out our shelves with all of our very, very beautiful Christmas stuff. We're up to 30 to 60% off the entire holiday collection.
30 to 60 off.
So,
Bargain.
yeah, our supplies are getting pretty low. So if there was any holiday stuff that anybody likes, now's the time to go grab it and get it on sale before it's gone.
Do you buy wrapping paper at the end of the season? I already know the answer
Well,
to this
I was
question.
just in CVS, and I was thinking about it. I didn't, but I was thinking about it.
I'm always like by the
Also in
end.
New York, not near home. So
Here's
not
how-
the place to be buying wrapping paper.
I know. Yeah, that's true. Here's how I feel about it. It's like by the time I get to that point, I'm like Christmased out, and so I don't. And then by this time, or by Christmas time next year, I'm like, why didn't I buy it for half off?
Right. Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. But that's all right. Okay, so I'm gonna mix and match. Sarah, you got anything else going on? Anything?
Just getting ready to see what you're gonna craft up here.
I'm gonna craft up something real nice. What?
You're gonna craft up nice things.
I am. What collection is this from?
Which one?
This one. Where'd I get that?
The metal leaf pendant?
No, it's like got rose beads in it and little tassels and flowers. It's a design element.
That's the Chinese dragon.
This is the Chinese dragon? Okay.
Yeah, Chinese dragon.
Okay. Yeah, the Chinese dragon design elements. Look at that. Wow.
And I'm posting a link to that agate pendant that you like from the Woods collection.
Okay, because I think it looks really good with this Chinese dragon strand.
Yeah.
It matches like a champ. All right. I got this chain too, Sarah, with the gold flowers on it. I really love it. All right. I don't know why I was... Oh, I know why I was putting that phone right there. Okay, I'm going to craft up nice things. So I'm going to sign off. Did you say the bundles are 10% off too, Sarah, right now?
Bundle and save, baby. That's, we love that.
Yeah.
But, the bundles are 10% off. And when you order a bundle, it comes wrapped up real sweet in a Chinese takeout box. It's nice red crinkle paper. And you're going to get a set of free chopsticks and a full kit too. So, nice little gift set.
That sounds fun. Okay, I'm going to also crack open the Design Elements Kung Pao. These Design Elements are the gifts that keep on giving.
There's so many good parts and pieces. And those inspiration packs, let me tell you something. I have the inspiration pack just in a little Tupperware to take a picture of it and get a good look at it before it went out for production. I tried to stick it back in that little, the plastic casing and put our beads in. There are so many beads in this collection.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know how they're fitting them all in the pack.
That's
I don't know how they look, but you got them.
No, I'm telling you. Like, that's why I said it's the gift that keeps on giving. I was like, holy smokes, there's a lot of stuff in here.
There are a lot of beads.
We let go beads.
Oh.
Sorry, couldn't help it. I'm going to layer, you guys, I'm going to layer this little tassel from the Kung Pao or the Chinese Dragon Design Elements pack on top of this leaf, just to bring a little bit of that feel down to the end of the rose pendant. It'll make more sense when you see it, but anyway. All right, I'm going to change this camera angle around. Sarah, I love you.
All right.
Looking good. I'll see you online here in a minute.
Can't wait to see what you make.
Me neither. As usual. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
My friend Sarah James, everybody. One of my favorite people on this planet. Okay, so all I did here was just secure my 2 layers of components with a wrapped loop. This is really basic, right? Like you guys know how to do this, but this little leaf, you could leave it like that, but these little tassels just told me that they wanted to be hanging off of this leaf, or hanging in front of this leaf. So that's what I'm doing. So now I'm going to tilt this camera up a little bit. I just wanted to get you as close to the speaker on the phone as I could. Oh, Tammy, I haven't heard any word of any mini mixes planned for this collection. I haven't heard anything yet, but that doesn't mean there's not gonna be. And one of the things I love about Jesse James is they work fast, and so but honestly, Tammy, if you like the mini mixes, I think you'll like some of these design elements, because they're kind of tiny. The beads in them are pretty tiny. So all right, so here I got this guy, and now I'm gonna go ahead and trim my wire, leave myself about that's about probably a good 3 or 4 inches anyway. I'm using the artistic wire 20 gauge. Anytime you build up layers, that's what adds interest to your jewelry. So whenever you can do it, because it just looks good. All right, so now I gotta figure out, it needs a bead on top, but I hadn't really, yeah, we need those. Hang on just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a little, I think I just want to use a gold bead. Sometimes if you don't know which direction to go, look at the rest of your strand and just pick a neutral, because that's gonna just not take away from all of that color that you're gonna have throughout the rest of the piece. So go ahead, make a forward right angle bend. I'm so glad you guys like this new collection. We had a lot of fun putting it together for you. And then try to make as big of a loop as you possibly can right here. It doesn't even have to be perfectly circular, but you just need a pretty good size loop, because we're gonna hook it into the bottom of this rose pendant, like so. Look at that. Okay. And then don't worry if it's a little crooked, you can straighten it all up in a minute. But then just go ahead and grab the sides of that loop with your chain nose pliers, bring it forward, the loop forward, and then just wrap around that loop like crazy. Like that. And trim. Just like so. Thanks, Karen. She says that's a great tip about the neutral. So right there, like that alone, beautiful. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and, I mean, you could, if you don't want it to be so like busy or whatever, you could take that tassel off, but I like busy, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. So now we still need a way to connect it at the top. So we're going to go ahead and use, you could use a jump ring, but sometimes if you're going to connect a jump ring to a piece like this, it doesn't have enough room, and then when you run your string through it, it's too crowded and it doesn't move. So Beth's asking if you can put some gold patina on this rose. I sure can. Anything for you. You want me to do that now? I'll go grab my gold patina. We're going to use this liquid gold patina paint. It's classic gold. It's my favorite. Sarah, I think you have that gold enamel paint. It'll work too. But this is the thing about this one is it's a, whatchamacallit, it's an oil-based paint. So once it's on, it's on. But I think we'll go ahead and practice on a different piece, because you're going to wipe off most of your paint. So dip your brush in the paint and then wipe most of it off to the side. See how I have a bunch of paint down here? And then I'll practice on this guy. I can't talk because I'm nervous. If I mess this up, it's over. But I think, yeah, I think that looks really good. Okay, so just see how that highlights my detail? You like that? I like them apples. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it to the rose. Thank you, Beth, for just, you know, asking for that, because I think it really adds a lot. This paint was given to me by Plaid, but I'm pretty sure Jesse James has the gold. Do you have any gold, Sarah, of that enamel paint? It'll work really just fine, no dino. Okay, we can add a little more. Why not? More's more sometimes. But you guys, the secret is you've got to blot most of the paint off to the side, or else you're going to get too heavy-handed, and then you're going to be mad at yourself for overcoating your overcoating the rose. Okay, that adds so much, Beth. Good call. Good call, Beth. You can stay. And then if you want, like if you're gonna make it a little heavier, make it a little heavier on the back. All right, like over on the back petals. The other back petaling, the back rose petals. This looks good. Okay, you gotta know when to stop. And then while you're at it, go ahead and just touch over the top of this leaf, because that's gonna unify. That's gonna unify your two parts and pieces here. All right, just a little touch. Just a touch. How about that? Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Tie it all in together. Okay, good. You guys like it too. This is just gorgeous, Beth. Good call. Oh my gosh, I want to do all this. This video's over. I'll be gold leafing for the rest of the time. Everything in sight, like always happens. But yeah, this is the classic gold liquid leaf, but it's oil based and it's pretty smelly stuff. So just heads up on that. So now I need to get this thing hanging from something. So what I'm gonna do is just trim myself like, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches, 5 inches, 6, I don't know, of this 20 gauge wire. And I'm gonna go ahead and make a wrapped, or the start of a wrapped loop. A little dab will do ya, or a lot of dabs, Patty, you know how this goes. Just start with that. And then you're gonna snap in this rose piece, like so, all right? And then grab it with those chain nose pliers, like so, okay? And wrap this around, down. And also, I don't know if you remember a project we did a while back, but these cinnabar leaves would be really, or cinnabar flowers would be really happy if you did some flat back crystals on them too. Like that would look really sharp. So now I could add a little bead, or because I just want this to be sort of a not too obnoxious bail, I'm just gonna make another bend at the top of my wrapped loop. Grab my chain nose pliers and make another wrapped loop. It's kind of a faux, like faux functional. I don't know. There's no bead in it. You know what I mean? You're just making a bail at this point. You don't need any more. You got enough going on, like party down below. And then we'll start up the sides. So I like the way this wire looks though, all whipped around. I like it. Well, thanks, Doris. Doris says she's in love with it. Thank you, Doris. Okay, so now you've got something like this, and then you're just going to use the flush side of your cutters to trim. So easy. And I mean, honestly, like this would look great just hanging off of this like floral chain. Just call it a day, really. You know, this would look really pretty just off of this decorative chain. Look at that. You know, just a pretty little piece. But it's the new collection's out, so I'm going to go ahead and string up something good. And this string that I have with the flowers in it already has gold in it, so I'm gonna lower you down again a little bit. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. She says it's perfect already. Thank you. So I'm gonna lower you down a little bit, turn the camera so you can kind of just see the beads a little better, I guess. It's really hard at this table, isn't it? Let's see. I'll put this chain box under. Tilt you down a little bit. How's that? A little better? A little better? Okay. So this floral chain, I'm going to use it for sure. So, but I'm just going to set it off to the side for now and probably end up attaching it in the end. And then all my beads over here, the reason I have opened the design elements and the Kung Pao design elements is because I need them to fill in for this strand and tie all my layers together. So I've got my beading wire started out here, but see, like, scoot this over. These green beads weren't in there, so that's why you need those design elements to sort of blend in what you've got going down here. So I'm going to start with these green turquoise beads, and then I'll bring in a boho bead. You just got to be careful when you string boho beads because the these are all handmade, and the holes You don't want your wire to slip out in an off hole. I've had that happen so many times because I'm probably talking and beading. And, you need that little bit of space. And so now I'm going to grab a little bit more cinnabar. And I'm just going to, what this does is it stretches my strand and it helps tie that in. Now with this cinnabar, I'll probably go back after it's all over and brush over it with a little bit of gold too, just to tie it all in. Just, it's all about unification. And some little black beads. Maybe. Oh, that bead's being stubborn. Here we go. Okay, and now I can't wait to use this bead, like, so excited. There we go. Make sure you get that going right through the center. I don't think I have it going right through this. These are really easy to string, Sarah. I'm surprised. And I think with these rose beads, it helps to put tiny beads on both sides of them to really highlight those gorgeous beads. So I'm going to go ahead and put another black bead on that side. Maybe. Actually, no, I'm going to switch to these. These are beautiful. These little filigree millefiori beads. And I need a little bit more green. So here's some more green. And it's coming together, Sarah. What do you think? I really love it. I love it. It's like good. It's very romantic. And here's this cinnabar bead. That's a good one. Very romantic and easy to put together because you've got all these pieces and parts already going. Okay. Where did that clear bead go? I think I'm going to skip the clear bead for now and the red bead because I have all these design element packages open and I really like them and I want some more green, so I'm going to do that instead. So I'll go ahead and sandwich that. This green glass bead matches that green leaf perfectly, so I'm glad to bring it down a little bit. And honestly, I mean, I could keep going, but I'm really okay if that's like the center of my necklace. Like that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. I don't think I need much with this big pendant, you know. I'm moving fast. Up the other side. And I'm missing my music. There we go. Is that right? Yeah, and then I need a little plastic sparkly and cinnabar and a boho and a turquoise. And then now you can kind of evaluate like where you're at, and you can always add more to the other side, or you can just leave it just like it is. Oh my gosh, there we go. There we go. I definitely think all beads, like all ending strands, need a bead cap on top of them. You know, like I like ending it with a bead cap. And you could also add this guy. That looks good. Let's call it a day there. So now I'm going to go ahead and, this is dangerous because I've got my pliers tangled in my French necklace. Oh my. So now I'm going to go ahead and what you have to do right now is finish this the other end like you just did. And I know I just basically lied and was like, oh, I'll strand it in with a gold bead cap. Unless there's a beautiful cinnabar bead right there. So now clear all this stuff out of your way. Look how many beads I have left over. So good. And now we're going to just crimp the ends to this beautiful chain, and I'm going to go ahead and use a flower link like for the end of it. See that guy? It's because that'll keep my ornamental look going. And I have some bead along crimp tubes. I'm using number 2 crimp tubes. If you've never ever made jewelry before, you got to know, like, check your packaging for what size crimp tube to use. All right, you guys like this piece? What do you think? Went together pretty easy. That's how you know you're living right. I'll tell you that. Go ahead and string a crimp tube onto the end of your wire. It's always fun to finish the first side of a necklace. It's the second side that stresses me out. All right, and then thread your tail of wire back through the crimp tube so you have something like this. And I would totally pick this up, but I already cut my tail, so if I pick it up, I'm in trouble because it's going to be beads all over the floor, which would be funny, but not funny. And then there's tons of videos on my blog or the Jessie James Beads blogs that shows crimping in detail. And so I've got that side done. And if you want to really, I just don't want to cover that side though. I really like the way that looks, so I'm just going to leave it. But you could always put crimp covers on if it's really, you know what? That's a large hold bead that's slipping right over my, I'm going to go ahead and put a crimp cover on it because that large hold bead is sucking in my crimp bead. So it's going to be annoying on this side if that side shows and this side doesn't. So go ahead, and crimp covers are just these little Pac-Man beads, and I'm just applying them with my chain nose pliers. Sarah, did you put a link to this flower chain? I really love it. You guys love all those chunky chains I wear. This one fits the bill for chunky chain. Goodness. Okay. And then now I'm just going to finish the other end how I started. Don't worry, if your desk looks like mine and you can't even find the chain, you're in good company. This chain is also cute because you could just make some matching earrings with just this little section and like a cute little beaded dangle or an elephant. Like, look at that. How cute would that be? Okay, and then undo my link. All right. Now, there it is. Put a crimp tube on. Be really careful that that crimp tube doesn't get away from you down the bead. So snug everything up and then thread on your piece of chain. And then the way you keep it from going down in that bead is by having the tail of wire run off the side. Normally I would tell you to put that tail of wire through the first bead, but you actually want to let it go like that off to the side. And make sure everything's nice and snug, but also don't forget to leave yourself a little space for that crimp tube. If you pull it too tight, you're not going to have enough crimp cover, rather, not crimp tube. You're not going to have enough room to cover up and make it match. You'll be choking out your wire, and then that's bad. So you leave yourself enough room. So I just kind of eyeball it. I need to ask Wyatt White about that someday. Like, how do you know how much room to leave for the crimp cover? But I think that's good. And then you're just going to crimp it as usual and turn it off to the side. Give it a little smush. Smush. Trim your extra wire here. Well, at this point though, actually you can run that wire through that first bead or first couple beads, whatever it takes here. Like that. Lickety split. I'm moving fast today. Okay, so this is looking good. Crimp cover. I always just put whatever crimp cover I need down in my, see, I just have this big tube of crimps with the crimp covers right there because God knows I need all the help I can get on organization. Don't choke your wire. That's exactly right, Cynthia. Okay. What size crimp cover with number 2 crimp? I don't know. This is the large size, but I just buy the Band-Aid pack of crimp covers or I just get the Band-Aid pack that has a bunch of different, like an assortment. And this is the largest one. But I've used smaller ones too. It just depends. Uh-oh. Don't do that though. I just smushed it down while I was trying to read. Pay attention. I'm just going to start over. That one needs pried open. Pay attention to what you're doing. Oh, brother. So just smush that guy over the closure like that. And now we can put it down. Like so. And just like that. Pretty. So now I'm gonna scooch you up and we're gonna do some finishing. I gotta grab a couple clasps. Oh, good. Cindy, I believe that about you. I do need somebody like you. Okay, so this is going to be a little long, but I do this all the time when I'm trying to figure out, like, what to do with length. So I put it on here. So we don't need these on here, even though it's hard to take them off because they're so beautiful. So now, this is good. So now you can make an over-the-head necklace, like you know I love, and you could leave them like that. And then if you were going to do that, I would say go ahead and like splice in some more cinnabar beads, or even these like floral links would be a fun addition. You could do that for a really like loud, you know, like loud necklace. But when I started working on this, I really just intended to make a sweet little Y necklace. Not a Y, but like a really drop down far pendant necklace. And I think that gives it a nice balance. So I've got my pins. I'm going to mark this really fast and grab a couple of jewel rings. Let's see. Just mark it with your pins so you know like which jump rings to open. Like that. Make sure you like it. If you're not sure, walk away from it. Go get some coffee. Sorry, Aunt Jane, not trying to feel you up here. There we go. Go get some coffee. You can, I'm going to grab a clasp. I got these little gold clasps from Sarah. Or these antique brass clasps. These are so handy because you can link them to anything. Like, see these guys? These are my favorite clasps. Okay, so now turn around. Every now and then I get a little. Okay, sorry. Grab your pliers and a couple jump rings. How fast did we do that necklace? Like, so fast. What time is it? 4:23. Finish this party in an hour. So now you just like take this open it, leave that like that so that you know that this piece is going into your right side, right? Attach your clasp, close it, and then what I usually do is I go ahead and hook it in to where I want it. I know that offsets my piece a little bit, but I can always remove this link right here. But for now, I'm okay with it, having that extra link, but you get the idea. Use your chain if you can, because it just makes for a more cohesive design, you know? And then, you've got a cute little connection. Show you that. Here you go. How about that? Just keeps going. Well, I do think, like, I actually think, like, I got to get rid of this little infinity link so that it looks more like this. I like the way this looks right here. All right. Yeah, the long dangle in the back. Totally. You can always put a little clasp embellishment on your pieces. Yeah, leave some for a dangle. Totally. You just turn it around and here we go. And then, for reals though, like, if this were, something like, that I was selling or whatever, I would go ahead, this is dangerous, Aunt Jane, but I would go ahead and brush a little bit of this gold onto these cinnabar beads, just to make sure that it's all cohesive and it all has that same look into it, you know? It's these little details that make your custom jewelry the best it can be, you know, like when you take the time to add the details. And that's really, like, I don't know, like that's something that's always, my whole family are obsessed with, like the details. Like we love like these little things that make things our own. You just add a little bit of gold paint. Sorry, Aunt Jane, I just got some on you. And you could even like touch up these gold flower beads if you want. I don't know, I'm gonna leave them alone, but you get the idea. It's just those little details. So anyway, Aunt Jane needs a bib. Oh, poor Aunt Jane. It ain't easy being Aunt Jane. But anyway, is the light a little better over here? Let's look nice together. Like I'm just really excited about this little mix. This jade pendant and this Chinese dragon strand. It's good. There you go. That's how it looks. All finished. Here, full piece. I'll take this off the camera so you can, or off the tripod so you can see. There you go. Now you can see really close how that paint looks. And you can see where I just barely touched it. You know, just a little bit. Thank you. That's it. You know, and you just never know where that little Chinese takeout Shanghai Nights collection is going to take you. You know, just a different look. Right? And then go around and you can see this clasp. There it is. So dark out, you guys. Oh. Oh, thank you, Sarah. There she is. Thank you. Oh, thank you, guys. So thanks so much for joining me. Thanks, Jesse James Beads, always for sponsoring my show and making fun collections that we can use in our designs. You guys, it's only Thursday. I don't even know what day it is. Like, it's a holiday week, so I'll be confused until next Friday what day it is. But you can get all these amazing beads from jessijamesbeads.com. I love you tons. Thanks for joining me this past hour. Man, we got a lot done. And my earrings, don't forget. How about that? Earrings and a necklace in an hour? I'll drink to that. On that note, I better clean up this mess. You guys, I love you tons. I'll see you online, and I'll see you tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. Bye-bye.